Alright. Hey, what's up guys? Chelsea, welcome back to Fate Grand Order Lost Belt number 6, Avalon Fae. Last time we left off having, gone to... the name, or not the Nameless Woods, the fucking, Welsh Woods, I'm trying to remember the exact name of it. And unfortunately, all of, Oberon's people, friends, little bug fairy guys are dead. Unfortunately, hey Meridak, hey Gajita, hey we uncovered well, I mean, they finally uncovered Barghest's true name, obviously we knew, but, and now we're off back to, Salisbury to ring the second bell, LB6. And matches in the past, hamming it up with Ash the Savior. You know, well, we'll see where that ends up going, if anyway. I mean, I'm sure it'll go somewhere, but where, who knows? And yeah. It's pretty... Oh, and there's something that, I guess, hunting fairies now? More like, something killed Portune at the end of the last, section that wasn't... Or it might have been a Moors, but like, it probably wasn't a normal Moors if it took him out that easily. Or it was Barghest. Maybe Barghest decided to kill him before he got back, I don't know. But... I'm sure that's probably something we'll end up having to deal with, more than likely. If I had to hazard a guess, but... Anyway. I'm gonna quit yapping and we're gonna get on into it. Eve of the Decisive Battle 1. Hopefully Aurora lets us get at the second bell. I can't imagine she would stop us, given we saved Norwick and rung the first one. Tintagel's Bell of Pilgrimage, which I've been hearing constantly for 16 years, rings in the distance. It's a crude, roughly hewn bell that looks nothing like the bells it's based on. It embodies the wish the Child of Prophecy will one day grow strong and set off on her journey. Tintagel is a coastal village located north of Cornwall. It's a small, insignificant place. Both the High Queen and the clan heads tend to forget it exists. Castor, I brought you a new book. It's about etiquette for upper-class fairies. You should study it now, so that you'll be ready for when you leave the castle. When you leave for the castle one day. Let's see. Do you mind if I put it if I put the table here? By the way, have your Fae markings grown yet? You'll be 16 years old in only 2 more years, you know. I'm getting a little worried. Your journey is going to be hard enough as it is. I'm sure she'll be fine. I see you're looking hard again today, Castor. You're so diligent, dedicated, and innocent. You play just as hard as you study, and you always find whatever it is the village needs at any given moment. Now the fairies could learn a thing or two from you. Just seeing you in action fills us with hope. Still, I'm afraid it's going to be difficult to pay this year's tax. Thankfully, we should be able to squeak by thanks to all your help. At this rate, I'm worried Tintagel may cease to exist by the time you turn 16. Now, what are we going to do? Why must you be so very... So very what? Friend. Okay, I swear none of these fairies have any tact. I guess that's what happens when you live past your prime. Well, there's nothing wrong with saying when you don't like something. In fact, you should say so. Don't you agree, Castor? Sure. I mean, you don't want anyone treating you differently just because you're the Child of Prophecy either, right? So come on, let's do something fun. The Elder is not gonna mind if you just hang out for a little while. Did you hear there's a merchant caravan coming this way from the East Road? Maybe we can get musical instruments from Gloucester. Maybe.
If they have any, I'm sure they'd sell it to you. I mean, you're the child of prophecy. I don't think they would know that. Oh, have you been growing? One of the older fairies was saying you grow and change over time, unlike the rest of us. Interesting. It's so weird to think about, but I guess it's better that way. With the magical energy you have now, you couldn't even survive against a single black dog. So hurry up and grow up as much as you can, okay? Until then, we'll keep you safe. Everyone had such high hopes for me. It was a tiny village with no future, but they all believed in me, even though I didn't deserve it. Very self-deprecating of you. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm so weak. I'm sorry I couldn't be stronger. Yep. I'm sorry I couldn't protect our village.
What's wrong with this village? I told them it was futile to fight back. They still tried to resist. Did they all go crazy?
No, they just had someone to believe in.
Forget the Tintigal fairies. Find the child of prophecy. We've embarrassed ourselves enough as it is. If we let her escape now, we'll never be able to face the High Queen Morgan.
His voice was like thunder. It was the first time I'd heard a truly powerful fairy roar with anger. I was too scared to even try to fight. All I could do was run away by myself, crying. Yeah. I'm sorry, Grandpa. I wish I could. I wish I could. I wish I could have stayed there with you. I'm sure he took down a few of Morgan's fairy soldiers on his own before getting taken down. He seemed like that kind of guy from that one screenshot we saw of him.
It only took half a day to make it back to Salisbury. This new carriage is so much easier to pull. And now that we're fighting against the Queen, I have no intention of obeying the speed limit anymore.
Good for you, man.
At this pace, we could make it back to Londinium before sunset. What would you like to do?
I don't think there's any rush. Seconded. I hate to get out before my poor back and butt shatter completely. I could use a breather too. I think I might be getting a little motion sick. Then why don't we rest up at Mike's restaurant? I've been wanting to talk to him about something anyway. How about you, Percival? I'm going to continue on to Londinium. I'm sure the Child of Prophecy will be welcome in Salisbury, but I don't think the same can be said for the commander of the Round Table Army. I don't know about that.
Huh? What are you talking about, Percival? There's a resistance movement in Salisbury too, right? Why don't you just work together?
It's not that simple. The Round Table Army and the Salisbury Rebel Army are different organizations. They may be similar, but their goals aren't quite the same. Especially since Aurora is still publicly presenting herself as being on the Queen's side. If she did anything to hint that she's sympathetic to the Round Table Army, she'd be squished like a bug, clan head or not.
Yeah, I guess that's true, yeah. But ain't it kind of a bad look to just be sitting on the sidelines at this point?
Not at all, Lord Muramasa. I wouldn't expect Lady Aurora to choose anything else. Anyway, Kunju's telling me she still has plenty of energy, so I'm going to go on ahead to Londinium. Oh god. Oh, beloved child of prophecy! Oh, valiant child of prophecy! I guess it was one thing when she was hearing the praise for just the idea of the Child of Prophecy, but now it's directed at her, so she's like, oh god, why me? Courageous savior of Norwich, equal of the Queen in Camelot. She's going to rebuild Londinium and defeat the Tamlin. You're a star, Artoria, a bona fide star. Well, I'd just as soon not be if it means having pancakes with my face on them. The worst part is they're prettier than I am. I swear, what is it about WindClan fairies that makes them so good at getting under your skin?
Da Vinci, you're finally back. Where were you? You said you're only going to be gone a little while, but it's been over 2 weeks. No more than that. Important thing is you're back. I've got so many things I want to show you. I'm at a whole new menu. Been getting along better with the Wind Clan fairies. And I'm even hanging out with humans now. It's been real busy, but I'm having so much fun.
Hey Mike, sorry for making you worry. Still, don't you think you might be trying a few too many new things at once? Well, I know. You're the kind of fairy who concentrates best when you're on your own, so I think you'd be better off sticking to one thing at a time.
You think? Well, maybe you're right, but one's just not enough anymore. After all the amazing things you taught me, Da Vinci, everything else just pales in comparison.
Sheesh. How can I scold you after a compliment like that? Sorry, Ritsuko, but I had to stop by the kitchen and taste test Mike's new recipes. I just hope he hasn't used any overly strange seasonings this time. He probably did. By all means, take your time. We'll just be resting up in the back.
Nice to see Da Vinci's got a friend. Well, more of an apprentice, really.
She said she got to know him while she was wandering around on her own. It at least means we can come and go as we please. That does make it perfect for having secret meetings here at this quiet little back table.
Indeed. Oberon?
Yeah, I've got something serious to discuss. I know you all kept quiet about this after we left the Welsh Woods, and I appreciate your consideration. But time's not on our side. Woodrose's army still has Londinium surrounded. If you're going to defeat them...
Yeah?
I'm going to need a katana.
Oh?
Would you make me one, Muramasa?
Huh?
I'm a grown man. I can't keep fighting with a tree branch forever. And your katana is so cool. You think it'd be okay if I wore one on my waist too?
Are you nuts? You don't carry a katana for looks. Besides, isn't iron dangerous for fairies?
Don't worry, it would just be for show. I would never actually use something that dangerous. Then why do you want it? You said you needed to fight with something other than a tree branch. What?
That's worse, you dumbass. I'm not gonna help you be a damn samurai cosplayer. The most you're getting out of me is a bamboo sword.
He's probably okay with that.
Oh, Oberon.
It's good to see Oberon feeling better again, isn't it, Ritsuka? Yes it is. It sounds like a joke, but he's really serious about this katana idea. How could you do this to me, Muramasa? You're even stingier than I thought. Did you forget how you only beat Pagas with my help?
That's got nothing to do with this. I can't give you a katana when you don't even know how to use one. I gotta admit, you were pretty good in that fight, though. When you said you weren't much good in a fight earlier, were you just being modest?
Well, yes and no. I don't like pain, and my abilities make me much better at serving in a support role. Plus, I didn't really want to draw attention away from the Child of Prophecy. If she thought her companions were more capable than she was, Artoria probably would have slunk back to Tintigale long ago. So I decided to avoid the limelight until she started feeling a little more confident. Good point. I probably would have just gone back to Tintigale if you had, yeah.
See? I don't agree, but sure.
At any rate, that was my one foray into combat. I wasn't myself back there. The foreign mage is supposed to guide the Child of Prophecy, not me. I'm not going to overstep my bounds anymore. From here on, this battle is for the two of you to fight. Besides, now that the Welsh forest has been burned down, my part in all this is probably just about over.
What was your, spirit anchor there? Oberon?
Guys, Mike just told me some big news. Huh? What's with all the long faces? Did you already hear about it from a patron or something? No, we haven't heard anything. What's this all about, Da Vinci? Well, some of the refugees from Norway who escaped to Salisbury. headed off to Londinium this morning to join the Round Table Army. Ooh, is it because we defeated Gawain? Wait, the news already traveled? Yep, apparently news of her defeat's already made its way across Britain. I have an idea or two about who might have gone around spreading that rumor, but never mind that for now. Okay, I see Oberon. I see you, buddy. The important thing is that people are starting to really put their faith in the Child of Prophecy now. The enemy thinks the Round Table Army is just going to stay holed up in Londinium, but if we can muster if we can muster enough fighters to go on the offensive, we can defeat Woodrose before the Queen sends reinforcements. Exactly. Though only if we keep getting more fighters from across the country. And if we're going to make that happen, we've got only one option. Can you do this for us, Oberon? Of course. Besides, you guys have already met the criteria Aurora laid out. All that's left now is for her to hold up her end of the deal. So let's go get your reward for your reward for saving Norwick. Time for the second bell. Unless someone has something to say about it, apparently. It's because it seems something is getting in our way. The battle you fight will depend on the choices you make during the scenario. Okay. I see. Hi. Oh, no dialogue, just straight into the ring-a-ding-ding? Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. That went great. Aurora didn't have any problem with letting us ring the bell. Okay, did Castoria get another power-up? I was just reciting poetry when I heard the bell ring all the way outside town, too. It was as crisp and clear as a crunchy carrot. Still, I can't help but worry about how Lady Aurora will be able to keep her position after this. Apparently she plans to tell the Queen that we broke in and rang it while she was away. We'll just have to trust that Aurora's diplomatic skills will be enough to carry her through such an obvious lie. Yeah, hopefully. Still, even if the Queen does start treating her as an enemy, so long as we can maintain plausible deniability until we defeat Woodrose's army. We can then send Round Table Army troops out to Salisbury to keep her safe in case the Queen's army shows up. Great point. And besides, Artoria's rung 2 bells now. Even I can tell that her, aura is incredible. Everything from her strength to her power to her destructive force is increased like 1 billion times over. Just so you know, I'm the strongest fairy ever now. Not even Barghest can stand a chance against me. I don't think she said that. Oh man, I can't believe you actually said that. Did she? I don't know. I was so impressed. You think? I don't remember saying anything like that, but... You really think so? What do you think, Ritsuka, Oberon? Could I take Baggy one-on-one now? Not likely. You're probably just a bit stronger than Tristan now, but Barghest is tough even without a gifted name. She still has at least 10 times the strength and skill you do, so taking her on alone would be suicide. Damn, no faith. Right, of course. It's not like I was any better than trash to start with, after all. Oof. Now, it's being way too hard on yourself. Ritsuka's right. Your magical circuits... Oh, right. For fairies, they're called Fey markings, aren't they? Yeah. Anyway, no matter what you call them, you clearly have more of them now. For example, both humans and fairies alike are born with a set number of nerves. But in your case, instead of getting stronger through training like most people, you've gotten stronger because of an increase in the number of nerves you have. It's completely unprecedented and makes you very, very special. That said, it also raises other questions. I've heard there are 2 kinds of fairies here. The kind whose appearance never changes from the time they're born, and the kind whose appearance changes at every stage of their life. At this point, I'm pretty sure you're the latter type. But there still aren't many past examples of a fairy's abilities growing this much. Though there have, of course, been cases where a loss of purpose or shyness led to a fairy losing magical energy, yeah. So how do you feel about these developments, Otoria? I wish I knew the answer to that myself. Well, maybe it's just because I'm the child of prophecy. I need some sort of edge if I'm really going to fulfill my calling. Ha ha ha. That does make sense. I don't know about that. If a mediocre fairy like you is going to defeat a genius like Morgan, you pretty much have to cheat to stand a chance. Damn! Oomph, what about you then, Oberon? How good a fighter are you anyway? I didn't have a chance to see in the forest, so why didn't you show me what you can really do? I already said I'm not going to fight anymore, remember? Besides, who would I even fight? Okay, Muramasa, you're with me. Gareth, you're also with me. Redrabit, you're with me too. Okay. Da Vinci, you're with me, and Ritsuka, you're of course with me too. So we're just beating up on Oberon. That's fucked up. Okay, we have our teams. Let's go, Oberon. I'm gonna kick your scrawny ass all up and down this field. Fine then. You'll take my side, right, Ritsuka? Shh. Sorry about this. I'm pretty sure the sorry about this is us beating up on Oberon. I think if I said sure thing, I'd be on his side, we'd be fighting the rest. But I think this way, I'm just fighting him with everyone else. Or no. What? Then how would it have changed if I had... Okay. Oh, we don't have master skills. Okay. I see. That decided if we had them. Oh. So Ritsuka is on there. Oh. Oh. Oh, poor Oberon. Oh. Oh, I see. Is that really all it would have changed, though? Is you would have had master skills for Oberon? No, that has to go last. I almost messed up. Oh, so it's supposed to be Ryder if you side with him? Oh. I see. Interesting. It'd be cool. Because, like, when you have pretenders, right, they're just pretender class. It'd be cool if, there was a system in place where whenever you took a pretender into battle, you could pick what class they are. But I don't know, I don't know exactly how pretenders work in canon, though, so maybe that wouldn't make sense. But at least based off what I've seen of Oberon here so far, that would appear to be how their pretender powers work. Well, I mean, he's gonna lose. You know, I feel like it's kind of cheating for Otoria to have all of them on her side. I feel like it should have been a one-on-one. Like, this feels a bit mean. Salisbury's bell's been rung. Now I cannot yet declare this publicly. But as the head of the Wing Clan, I have accepted the Child of Prophecy as the rightful savior of Britain. Once she has rung all 6 bells, the Wing Clan shall make her objections known to the Queen. Unfortunately, this also means that the horrors of war will one day reach Salisbury as well. Will you all accept my decision, even if it should bring trouble to our doorstep?
Of course, Lady Aurora, you needn't even ask. We cannot trust Queen Morgan with Fairy Britain. We have all been eagerly awaiting this day for a long time now.
I'd expect no less from the guards of Salisbury. Your loyalty pleases me. The Child of Prophecy has returned to Londinium. Her battle with Woodwoes will begin shortly. Things will start to change very quickly all across the land once she has rung Oxford's bell as well. Be sure to set your formations so that you're ready to deploy at a moment's notice.
Huh? Excuse me, Lady Coral? Our formation's already set. We can leave for Londinium at any time. Shouldn't we go help them fight Woodwoes to show how strong Salisbury truly is?
Watch your tongue. This is not your choice to make. Listen to me closely. The Fang clan have long been proud guardians of Britain.
True.
The Wind clan will never do battle with them. Our enemies are Morgan the Witch, the Earth clan for the transgression they've committed, the Queen's supporters in Camelot who gorged themselves on peace, and the humans of the anti-fairy organization who don't know their place. Lady Aurora will not lead us into battle until Camelot's well and truly on the back foot. I will not tolerate anyone carelessly putting our fair city in danger. Salisbury will remain neutral until the time is right. Forget about the humans of Londinium.
So... Is that so Salisbury won't be punished if the Child of Prophecy should happen to lose?
That is what I said. I trust there are no objections.
Understood. Oh, they don't seem very happy with that. We will not open Salisbury's gates to anyone, even refugees from Londinium.
Yeah, Coral, it seems your mistress doesn't agree. Really? I don't see the harm in that, Coral. Lady Aurora? It may be dangerous for us to take in soldiers from the Round Table Army, yes. But civilians from Londinium who took no part in the battle would merely be refugees. It would be improper for me as head of the clan to simply turn aside people with nowhere else to go. Besides, if we were simply to leave the weak to their fates, on what grounds could we object to Queen Morgan's rule? But if we take in refugees, we'll have to fight the Queen before the Child of Prophecy can complete her pilgrimage. It's okay, Coral. It won't be a problem. You saw Artoria for yourself, right? She's strong enough now to keep Londinium safe. Plus, she has Oberon and Ritsuka with her as well. That said, if the Round Table Army were somehow to fall in spite of all that, then the time for us to remain on the sidelines will have ended. For we will be honor-bound to protect the lives and freedoms of any fairies and humans who come from Londinium seeking refuge.
Well, that's so generous of you, Lady Aurora. You refuse to put us in danger by helping Londinium, yet you're still willing to help its people even though they've tried so pointlessly to assert their independence. You truly are the perfect queen, Lady Aurora. You're the one who can bridge the gap between fairies and humans. We of the Liberation Army vow to keep you and your city safe, even if it should cost us our lives.
What are these inferior creatures saying? Ghost, stop being a bitch, Carl! Come on! There's no possible way you could protect Salisbury or Lady Aurora by yourselves. Ugh, it's no use. I knew humans were worthless. All I can do now is hope the Child of Prophecy succeeds. I hope she changes her tune eventually. Like, I don't want to hate her, but she's getting on my nerves. I hope she's able to ring all the bells of pilgrimage before it comes time to fight the Queen. Yeah, me too, man. Or girl. Lady. Lady's nuts. Alright. Okay, we gotta break through the lines again, get back into Londinium. Oh, she's level 100 now. Okay. I imagine she'll be 120 before the end. Yeah, give me Arjuna. Arjalter. And of course, take the, Why is Victoria 100 now? She was level 90 when fighting against Oberon. Was she? Maybe it was to make the... No, there's no way you can win that fight no matter what, right? There ain't no way. So yeah, why would that change? Huh. That does seem strange. Oversight probably, yeah. Maybe. Ah, well. But yeah. At least I sincerely doubt it's possible to win that fight. Even if you side with Oberon and you have your master skills, and he's a maybe if you, I guess if he's a rider, you could, maybe if you attack Castor, no, because you're target focused on Redra. Actually, is the target focus on Redra if you're on his side, on Oberon's side? Maybe if you're on his side, there's no target focus, and you can target Castoria and take her out, maybe. That's the only way I can see possibly all the buffs are the same. Okay. Then yeah, there's like no way to win that. Yeah. Keep buffing your attack, like it'll do anything for you. Alright. Bazaka now, I assume. No, the casters. Actually, maybe a Castoria full combo probably would have been better. Yeah, it probably would have been. Oh well. Fun. Crit. Thank you. Nice, good crit there, buddy. Alright, now Berserkers. And we'll hit him with a little shelter. Nuclear bomb. Oh, a big fellow. An Oni. What a coinky dink. Shodai. But yes, you're AoE, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. I'll just use his for now, I think, and do this. That should break his break bar. And next turn, nuke him with Castoria. Nice. Ha. Get blocked by invincibility, you fool. Silly Castoria.
幾度羽は汚れても冬の鳥は雨を越えてその希望は消えはしない。ホープウィル・キャメロット。
崩壊。
Crit. Nice, thank you. I
戦
mean,
闘終
we
了。
probably still would have won even if he didn't crit
次は
there.
普段の
Just
私
with
でお
taking
願いします。
Castoria's attack, but still, any time saved is a boon. Oh, Londinium, we're back! I'm glad we managed to make it back before sundown, but man, can't believe things changed so much in the 2 days we were away. It's just me, or are there way more people here now than before? It's not just you. There have been people pouring in from the east and south gates this morning. And it's all because you guys how have they been getting past Woodrose's people? And it's all because you guys beat a Tamlin. I couldn't believe the news when I heard either. I'm glad you're all back safe and sound. I wasn't worried you wouldn't make it, but it's still good to see you're all well. Is all this commotion because... That's right, they're all from Norwick. Some want to join our army. Others just want to live here. Even this is only about half of everyone who showed up. There were so many that we had to have the rest stay at Norwick for the time being. That's right, I managed to sneak some inside Londinium under cover of night yesterday, but that won't work again. Okay, so it's because of you. Now that Woodrose is sending out patrols, the rest will have to come once the battle's over, right? Pepe, you're here too? Of course, hon. Almost time for the final battle, isn't it? Well, I don't know about the final battle, but yeah, sure. So I thought, why just sit around in Norwick waiting for a report, where I could come see the action for myself? Thanks for coming, Pepe. It's good to have you here. Oh, no. You shouldn't go thanking me just yet. I have my own goals, after all. I'm really just using you as bait here. Once the fighting begins in earnest, just stay in Londinium until it's over, right? And if Beryl knows where his target is, he's bound to turn up sooner or later. For some reason, I can just tell when and where he'll try to strike. He loves going after his victims and their guards down, right after they've won a hard battle. So you're both cut from the same dirty cloth, huh? Well, as long as this gets him out of our hair, you won't hear me complaining. Damn, Pepe's been nothing but nice to us, and you're being a little bitch. But don't go taking any serious risks, alright? If you die now, we're gonna have to go through the rigmarole of unifying Norwick again. Oh my, you worried about me and Murmasi? That makes coming to Britain all the more worthwhile. Don't be an idiot, since I'm the Child of Prophecy's bodyguard right now. I'd just rather be dealing with you than Spriggan. Sure thing, hon. Whatever you say. Alright, since I'm technically affiliated with Chaldea, maybe it's time I got down to serious business. Percival, Artoria, Ritsuka, and Da Vinci. Would you come to the war room with me? I have a proposal for what comes after the prophecy. After the prophecy? Yeah, okay. We're all ears, I guess. Let me get right to the point. This lost spell isn't like the others. It's not gonna go away, even with its tree of emptiness destroyed. It was never part of human history long enough to be pruned away in the first place. Rather, this world's just as strong as proper human history. A new human history, not an empty one. Ironic that fantastical creatures like fairies became their own human history, isn't it? So you're saying this place isn't a lost belt, but a lost world, huh? I can buy that. Britain's Tree of Emptiness may have burned down during the attack on Olympus, but it had long since stopped functioning. I think this lost belt escaped the Tree of Emptiness's cosmic fantasy about 2019 years ago. The first year of the era of the High Queen, when Morgan began ruling Britain. It's not the Tree of Emptiness keeping this lost belt going. It's Morgan herself. But that also means that once we defeat her, this lost belt will go back to the way it was. And that should mean it'll eventually be pruned away just like the others. Ooh. Yeah? How you feel about that, Castoria? That's true, at least for Britain, but not for its residents. In the other Lost Belts, the fates of the people who lived there were inextricably tied to their surroundings. But that's not the case for this Lost Belt. If nothing else... Oh, so that's why Castoria and all the... Because the Morgan that you summon in Chaldea is the Fairy Britain version, right? Not the proper human history version. So that's why her and, like, Barghest and Bavanshi and Melu can all be... Okay. That makes sense. If nothing else, we can be sure that fairies who are born during the era of the High Queen won't disappear, even if they leave the Lost Belt. It makes sense, really, since this world's just as strong as proper human history. That's the difference I'm trying to point out. You mean they can immigrate? Yeah. That's right. Humans who are made, born in the land of the Fae, can only live here. But if they wanted to, the fairies of this land could immigrate to proper human history. Now do you get it? There's a possible future where we can all live together in peace and harmony. Yeah, possible. So... What's that all mean, Da Vinci? It means that even if defeating Morgan results in this Lost Belt disappearing, you could still survive if you came with us to the outside world. At least once we figure out how to get past that wall of light. Yep, you could either disappear at this place, or start a new life in proper human history. The choice is yours, Artoria. In fact, you could abandon this whole Child of Prophecy thing and just leave right now. There's a whole other life waiting for you on Chaldea's storm border if you want it. I'm kind of amazed you said that, Pepe, especially with Percival standing right here. Like, damn, you want to abandon us? Oh, I wouldn't have said it at all if Percy hadn't been here. I've already told him about proper human history, the Lost Belts, Chaldea, and the Trees of Emptiness. That's why I just told you, Ritsuka and Artoria, about this as well. I wanted to get this all out in the open so there'd be no hard feelings. Pretty fair of me, right? Yeah. I guess. Yeah, how do you feel about this, Percy? Well, I don't know nearly as much as the rest of you, so this may be pretty simplistic. But if Artoria wants to stop being the Child of Prophecy, that's entirely her choice. Really? Even though you went to all the trouble of creating the Round Table Army? Really. I chose to build the Round Table Army on my own. Nobody forced me to do it. I don't intend to force anyone else to join. And besides, I really don't deserve to be their commander. Not after some of the things I've done. So please believe me when I say you don't need to give up what you want for us. Besides, now we know that we can still help the fairies of Britain escape to the outside world, even without defeating the Queen. But not you humans, though. That means you'll be gone. And isn't just knowing that's an option a big step forward for Fairy Britain? Well, yeah, I guess so. But, I still don't think that's good enough. Morgan will never just sit back and let everyone walk away. If we're really going to save the fairies of Britain, there's no getting around the fact that we'll have to defeat Morgan Le Fay. Where'd the Le Fay part come from? I'm pretty sure that means the fairy in the Legend of King Arthur. The Fay part changed over time to Fay in modern-day English. Although, I haven't seen a single other fairy called Morgan since I've been here. Yeah, she's been getting, like, weird memories from her, proper human history Artoria Pendragon self, it seems. Or at least she saw a vision of her Artoria Pendragon human self when she rung the first bell. So I assume that means she's getting memories, but I don't know. I see, so you still want to defeat Queen Morgan, just like the prophecy said, huh, Artoria? Looks like I'm with you to the bitter end, then. If as a cryptor, I'm gonna sell things with Beryl. Then I guess as Ritsuka's nosy senpai, I have a right to interfere in your affairs too. Okay, that's enough serious talk for now. And while I trust this goes without saying for the record, if Artoria plans to continue on her path as a child of prophecy, we'd best keep this conversation between ourselves. It wouldn't be very good for morale if the rebels found out they could just escape the world itself, would it?
Probably not. They're probably like, oh, I can get the hell out of here? Okay. Peace.
And yeah, that wouldn't be ideal. Really. It really wouldn't. Okay, let's discuss matters as they stand. We may have more soldiers to work with thanks to the volunteers from Norwick, but we can't deploy them right away. They'll likely need more training, and it will take time to establish lines of communication and integrate them into our existing forces. Well sure. It'd be foolhardy to send over 100 new troops into combat without any practical training. So does that mean we're going to focus on defense while we train the new troops instead of making a surprise attack on Woodrose's army? That would be the safest option, if we had time to take it. Once the Queen sends Woodrose's reinforcements, it'll be much more difficult to hold Londinium's line of defense. So instead, we're going to pretend it's focused on defense while we're going to pretend to focus on defense with a small squad of elite soldiers from my company. Along with the Twa and Kenwood's platoons, take a day to sneak around behind the enemy's forces. Once they're ready, I'll send out my company along with the volunteer soldiers from Londinium to pad their numbers. Then, while the enemy is focused on Londinium, our unit will ambush Woodrose himself and take him out. Once their clan head has fallen, the other fairies should lose a sense of purpose. It's one of the weaknesses shared by all clan-affiliated fairies. I'm not a huge fan of this strategy, but exploiting that weakness is our best move. Then does that mean we're going to settle this tomorrow night? That's right. Our assault unit will set out from Londinium. We'll set out from Londinium before dawn. As for all of you, I'd like you to stay here and protect the castle walls, just in case. What if we went with you? I appreciate the offer, but you see, we'll be marching upstream through the river. Since none of you are used to traversing that kind of terrain, I'm afraid you'd exhaust yourselves before you even reach the destination. Okay, you got it. I think we can be of help defending Londinium. You obviously know what you're doing when it comes to skirmishing on level ground. So just leave things here to us and focus on winning your fight. I will. Thank you, Lady Da Vinci. I swear on this sacred spear that I won't come back without defeating Woodrose.
I hope you pull it off. I have a weird feel. There's no way Woodrose dies without us getting involved. There ain't no way. I don't believe it.
Meow. Wah. Done. Is that Oberon? Surprised I might be a half-wit with a perpetual princely smile plastered across his face, but even I fly into a rage if you burn down my domain. But uh-oh, Oberon doesn't play fair. The trap he planted in the woods makes a mess of
Barghest's shin. That didn't happen.
Why are you sitting on that desk with a quill pen? No, it's you, Itsuka. I'm just writing in my diary. I have an atrocious memory, so I always write the day's events as entertainingly as possible. What about you?
I mean, I guess that's the dangers of being a few thousand years old.
Why'd you come to the war room when nobody else was around? Did you feel so guilty about the festivities going on in the town plaza that you thought you'd escape up here?
You can tell?
You're worried about Mash, right? I get it. It's easy not to think about her during a battle, but at times like this you can't help it. I know I keep saying this, but you and Mash will see each other again. I guarantee it.
Yeah, because you know she disappears and goes back to her time. Because you were there. You seen it with your own 2 eyes.
I can't tell you where she is or how she's doing. But I can tell you she's someone trustworthy. A heroic spirit from proper human history who you've both met before. Okay. Unless she's purely referring to Savior Vash looking like Historia and being a saber face. But I don't think that's what she's referring to. All I have to do is help Atoria, and that's the quickest way you'll be reunited with Mesh. But I thought Morgan had taken Mesh prisoner. Looks like no one else is listening right now. So I guess I can tell you this much. Yeah, Morgan teleported Mesh, but she sent her somewhere not even Morgan herself can touch her. Morgan can't capture anyone. All she ever does is send them off somewhere else. But that's nothing not an outsider like you needs to worry about. All you guys have to do is defeat her. As for me, all I care about is my bride. I am helping you all as part of helping her. Yeah, after all, you can't have a happy bride without a handsome groom, right? Handsome groom. So I can't have you dying on me, for both my and Mash's sakes. Because my dream is to see off 100 happy brides. So what number's Mash? Mash makes 1. Oh. Now I don't know about the habit from proper human history, but my dream started with Mash. If you know any servants who are worried about planning their wedding, you'd be doing them a favor by introducing them to me. Or by introducing me to them. I mean, technically, Kriemhild and Siegfried are already married. Brunhild and Sigurd are technically already... Oh, actually, were those two married? Or did they die before getting married? I think they were married, right? Yeah, there's not many servants who would fit the criteria of needing wedding planning. To be honest. There ain't many. I can tailor any dress, no matter how impossible it seems. Man, woman, human, monster. Whatever they are, if they dream of being a bride, I'll be there to help. There she is. Hey you, the really energetic fairy. Huh? Are you talking to me? Do you not know my name? Do you not know my name's Gareth? Gareth, huh? What a great name. It's nice and short, but it's also really courageous sounding. Thanks. But it's actually just the name I'm going by. Nobody actually gave it to me. Anyway, you're probably here to see Artoria, right? Tamlin Gareth? It must have been too hard for a kid to break through the throng of soldiers that were surrounding her in the town square earlier, huh? Wait here, I'll go get her. Nah, we don't want to see her. The Child of Prophecy's already got Percival and the grown-ups. We just want to talk to you. Me? But why would you want to... Just come with me, okay? Everyone's waiting for you. What? Don't tug on my sleeve. I'll go with you, okay? She's here. Sam brought the charging lady back with him. Whoa, so many human kids. They must have come here seeking refuge. Huh? This is the castle smithy, right? Yep, we're helping out Granny because there aren't enough grown-ups to go around. Hey, Nan, I brought her. Come on, do the thing. Oh, are they gonna give her armor? Yes, I know. Would you mind coming here, young lady? The children asked me to make use out of armor. Aha, I tried to tell them no, but they weren't having it. Huh? Armor? For me? What? Is this a mithril shield? Not even the Queen's Knights get to use these. What were you thinking? I can't accept something so valuable. You should be giving this to Artoria. Someone as worthless as me doesn't deserve. Worthless? Well, that's not nice. You don't believe what these children saw in you? They were all abandoned by Norwick, but they scraped together everything they had to buy the materials for me to make this for you. They know you're not Percival or the Child of Prophecy. They are entranced by the sight of your tiny form fighting valiantly on the battlefield. Well, do you still insist you're worthless? But I don't even know what kind of fairy I am.
I'm just a weird stray.
So, what's that matter? Fairies are fairies, right? Who cares how you were born or what your role's supposed to be? You protected Londinium for us. The first time you came here, you stood up for Yuri when she was crying because she tripped and spilled the fruit in her basket. You saved Samaria when she went out to look for food and almost got captured by Woodwose's soldiers. Humans who were changed to be kids, like us, have no way of helping out in battle. And we only have around 6 months left to live.
Oh, nobody else ever protected us. Oh. Well, that's a lore drop. So I know they weren't born, but I kind of assumed they were still grown somehow. But no, I guess... they're usually created as adults, and... but they can be modified to look like children?
But you didn't care about any of that. You still fought as hard as you could to try to help us. That's why we wanted to thank you. Go on, Samaria. Here you go, Miss Knight. Thanks for saving us all those times. You're always charging headlong into danger, right? We've been worried about you this whole time. That's why we asked Nan to make you this armor, so you wouldn't get hurt anymore. Me? You want me to wear this so I don't get hurt? Even though you guys are covered in bruises? You see? These children don't care at all about what kind of fairy you are. I wasn't of much use anymore in Norwick either, so I ended up here while I was looking for a place to die. But once I had something to do again, it was like I had never left the forge. I used to think our purpose was something we were born with. But the truth is, having people depend on you or helping those around you can help you become a new person. The person you need to be.
Yeah. I can agree with that. Yeah. How very profound. There you are, Gareth. Shall we get started with your training? Today I want to work on polishing your charge attack and the speed that goes into it. You've got good instincts, so you should be able to tell what your opponent's going to do before. Gareth? Is something wrong? You don't look very happy.
Oh no, I'm fine. It's nothing.
Oh, yeah, Gareth.
That's right, it was nothing. What I wanted wasn't to save Britain or anything so grand as that. It really was nothing, the kind of ordinary thing anyone could do.
I see. So those are tears of happiness. I'm glad you found people you care about, and who care about you. Shall we give training a pass then, since it's such an important day?
No way, I'm going to train twice as hard now. I still have a lot of fighting left to do. I'm a Knight of Londinium, after all.
Aha, Knight of Londinium, huh? What a thing to say. You never fail to surprise.
Huh?
Don't laugh at me just because you're stronger than I am. It's rude. I'm serious about this. Oh, right, I'm sorry. I guess you wouldn't know about this. See, the Knight of Londinium was actually a specific person back in the Fey era. He was the human king known as the Last Knight who fought the fairy clans and won. And he was Ash the Savior's lover.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I had no idea.
I guess I was the one being rude. Hey, there's nothing wrong with Knight of Londinium. It's a lot better than Round Table Army. And for what it's worth, I think it suits you better too. After all, you really are... Gareth x Castoria Yuri? Question mark? I think it suits you better too. After all, you really are trying to protect Londinium.
I didn't say anything back then because I could tell it wasn't a good time. But you never did tell Artoria and Ritsuka what happened when you fought Lancelot in the Welsh woods, did you? Back then.
Oh? What, were they flirting? I can read her next move, but I'm too slow to guard against it. She's just too fast for human eyes to follow. Huh. I'm surprised your arm's still attached. You've grown, if only a little. It doesn't matter, though. You can never hope to catch up to me. My physical capabilities, my magical energy levels, my time. I surpass you in every way. So come on, just give up already. I guess it's too much to ask, though. You never could listen even when you were a child. There's no point in me saying this, but I'll say it anyway. Don't use that spear, Percival. It's too much for a human to handle.
This is just a hunch, but... Do you happen to know Lancelot from somewhere, Percival?
I... Okay. Yes, Lancelot and I were actually students at the same place. But I thought your school was a school for human children. I guess they didn't necessarily say that, just that human children were allowed to be there. So there could have been fairies there, but that's... interesting. We trained together for a few years, but that's all. I'm sorry for making you worry over nothing. Now I'm just Percival, commander of the Round Table Army. Lancelot and I are enemies now. We have nothing to say to each other and no intention of holding back. Don't worry, the next time we fight, I'll beat her. I don't know if I believe you, but you can try. Especially since I'm sure you and all the others will be there to help me too. Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. We heard all about what you did in Norwick. Not even Morgan could defeat a Moor the size of a castle.
Well, that was mostly MASH, but... thank you, but I can't take all the credit for that. I could never have done it without the foreign mage, the Knight of Sheffield, and everyone else who helped us.
That last battle we fought was incredible. My body felt light as a feather, but my sword hit harder than ever. With magecraft like yours, Lady Artoria, we have nothing to fear from a coward like Woodwoes.
Thank you, but I'm afraid my magecraft doesn't last very long, so please don't get too far from us. And if you ever start to feel tired, please retreat immediately.
Could you tell us what happened in Gloucester, Child of Prophecy? Is it true that you gave Tristan both a verbal beatdown and a physical one? She's killed countless fairies for no reason, and nobody's been able to stand up to her since she's the Queen's daughter. Every fairy in Britain's been waiting for her to finally get what's coming to her. Now that you've beaten Barghest, I hope you can defeat that horrible Tamlin next.
Yes, if I get the chance, I certainly will. Besides, I'll need to face all the Tamlins sooner or later. So when the time comes to fight Queen Morgan's daughter, I'll make sure she faces justice for everything she's done.
Oh, it sounds amazing! I can't wait! You really are the undefeated king and the savior of the— oh, stop piling such hopes on her, please. She's gonna buckle under the pressure. The savior of the battlefield. 3 cheers for the Child of Prophecy! 3 cheers for Lady Artoria!
Woo! Yeah, woohoo! The fact that they're all so nice makes this twice as tiring as usual. I haven't had to do this stuff since Tintigel. I'd forgotten how hard it is. I hope it did okay. I hope they didn't realize I actually have no idea what I'm doing.
Don't worry, none of them had a clue. And that was some great acting. I should have known the Child of Prophecy would know how to work a crowd. Is that how you handled them back in your hometown too?
I wouldn't say that.
Yikes, you must have it even worse than I thought. Usually you'd be biting my head off for that remark. What's going on? Something got you down so you can't even snap at me?
Huh? Now you're being all considerate, Muramasa?
Feels even worse than your teasing.
That's so? Well, don't let me interrupt your pity party. Clearly no reason to worry about you.
I'm sorry, I was just kidding, honestly. I know you really are concerned about me. I'm sorry for making you worry, but I really do appreciate it.
Hang on, I have to check this. Nah, what I'm really worried about is the battle tomorrow. How are we supposed to win if our leader's staring at our feet all glum instead of watching the enemy? Good question. You probably don't.
Oh, I see. Well, that's too bad. But really, you don't have to worry about me. I'm just a little tired from all the fighting we've been doing lately. Plus, all these Round Table Army people are just a lot more excited about this than I am. I mean, they all have their own important reasons for being here. Some want to fight for fairy and human freedom. Some want revenge on the Queen. Some want a better tomorrow. Those are all great reasons, but
They're so serious, it's hard for me to keep up. I mean, I'm only here because I'm the Child of Prophecy.
Yeah, I guess if that's your only reason to fight, it does seem kinda hollow.
sure, I like to fight and I'm good at it, but it's embarrassing to be put on so high a pedestal.
You're good at it? Nonsense. There's no way anyone who actually likes fighting would have wanted something like that.
Yeah, we haven't seen... It didn't tell us what she went in for.
Even Ritsuga wanting a Holy Grail was a damn sight better than that.
Huh? You saw what it was I wanted, you saw what it was I wanted, Muramasa?
Of all the things you could have desired, that was all you wanted? So what if you're the Child of Prophecy? If you want to act how you think everyone expects, fine. But if nobody else is gonna say this, I will. Artoria, you're not cut out for fighting.
But if I quit, I'd be letting everyone down, right?
Okay, what was it she want? Okay.
So it's okay, I'll be fine. I know I'm in over my head, and I still have no confidence in my ability to actually pull this off. But I'm sure I can at least figure out how to ring the bells of pilgrimage. So I'm gonna keep doing my best to be a good Child of Prophecy. Okay, that takes care of my report to the border. What are you doing up this late, Ritsuga? Everyone besides the lookouts is sleeping now. I was just about to turn in too. Well, if you're having trouble sleeping, do you want to talk about whatever's on your mind?
What do you think Pepe meant by humans not being able to migrate outside this lost belt?
Oh, that.
Okay, I guess this was bound to come up eventually.
When Pepperoncino said that humans born here can only live here, I think what he really meant to say was, humans who remain in Fairy Britain can't survive outside it. You've seen a lot of different sides to the land of the Fae by now. Well, one of them is those prisons they call human ranches. You do know what's really going on at those places, right?
They're factories where humans are made.
Right. The large facility Artoria told us not to look at was a giant human manufacturing plant.
Yeah, at first I thought they were being made just like homunculi. I've realized as I've been studying the humans here that isn't the case. Every human here is a clone made from rearranging the DNA of one human. Let me guess. The Knight of Londinium, the would-be king who was killed.
Even though they started out with only one human for the base material, they were able to come up with hundreds of millions of variations, hundreds of millions of variations over repeated rearrangements and duplications. Enough variations to rival the sheer variety of people found in proper human history. The difference is that the humans made here can't reproduce and their lifespans are predetermined. I don't think the lifespan part was intentional. That was probably only so much their cells can take. When I first got to Salisbury, I remember finding it odd that there weren't any elderly humans around. There were plenty of elderly fairies, sure, but no elderly humans. But that alone isn't enough reason to say they can't survive, right? True, the real proof rests in the era that original human was born. The era of the High Queen, Morgan's reign, began after the Tree of Emptiness died. When she took over Britain, it became a lost world instead of a lost belt. A whole other chronicle theoretical phenomenon, basically. That means anything born in this era could survive in proper human history, too. But Fey-era Britain was a lost belt supported by a Tree of Emptiness, and subject to the pruning theoretical phenomenon. Anything born in a lost belt can't survive outside it. Of course, if a being is able to cross that boundary into a higher level phenomenon, like being inscribed into the Throne of Heroes, that would let them survive in proper human history as well. But obviously that's not the kind of thing just anyone can do. This is just speculation on my part, but I would guess this Britain didn't originally have humans. Now that they've been essentially created here, fairies and humans have switched roles. Here, fairies are real and humans are the fantastical, made-up creatures. That's why humans from Fairy Britain can't survive in reality-based proper human history. Whatever feelings you have about how humans are treated here are yours. You can want to change things or you can want to give up, but you shouldn't impress your own morality upon them. Even if their lives seem like a fleeting illusion to outsiders, they're still very real to them. As for their age limits, well, every life form's time has to come to an end someday. It's kinda sad that these people won't get more time, sure, but that's all it is. Sad. It's nothing you need to grieve over. The important thing in everyone's life is where they're trying to go, and how far they manage to get. And I don't mean literal physical distance. I mean a big picture reason to exist. The kind of ultimate destination point that says, this is the kind of species we were. Hey now, why do you look like you're about to cry? Didn't I just say it's nothing to grieve over? Anyway, I'm more worried about the opposite situation. Humans from Fairy Britain might not be able to leave, but fairies could if they wanted to. Just like how Morgan said she was going to expand her territory. There could be fairies here who would want to come over into proper human history. And if one of them should be evil enough to be considered an evil of humanity, that could be what leads to the collapse. I doubt that. Right, here, take another look at this mural. Remember what it was called? The Abyssal Worm. In general, legends like these that have been passed down in Fairy Britain are prophecies made by the Mirror Clan. So there's a very good chance this mural's based on one of those very prophecies. One where the 6 clans gather around to worship an enormous beast. Enormous beast in a land with no gods. I didn't say anything when we first found this mural because there were so many other people around. But look at these markings underneath it. The fairies here probably don't know what it says because it's not written in fairy language. These are probably hieroglyphics, which predate even the Hebrew writing system. I'm guessing they were either written here about 14,000 years ago. 14,000 years, huh? Interesting. During one of proper human history's ancient civilization eras. Or someone used them deliberately and more recently to pass on a message that would only be understood in the future, and only by humans at that. Can you read them? Of course, they form a single word.
Kernunos. That's the thing we fight in Summer 8. I remember that. That's probably not good. I mean, I already guessed it was one of those because it has the same body proportions, but yeah, it's awkward.
It's the name of an ancient Celtic god, and proof that gods did once exist in the land of the Fae.
Nah, I'm sure that won't have any, I'm sure that won't pop up again. I'm sure that was just foreshadowing for their summer event, right? I'm sure it was. Definitely, for sure. Definitely not gonna have any, anything to do with what's going on here. Nope.
Tamlin Lancelot, Lady Barghest, Nate Tamlin Gawain. As of this moment, both have returned from their missions in the Welsh woods. Tamlin, make your reports to Her Majesty.
Tell me all. I will have only the unabridged truth. Yes, High Queen. I cleansed the Forest of Wales as you commanded. During the mission, I fought the Child of Prophecy, the Foreign Mage, and the traitorous Oberon. In doing so, I lost the name you gifted me, and I return to you now simply as Barghest.
This is hilarious. How the mighty Sir Gawain has fallen. You know, running back here with your tail between your legs is kind of charming, at least for a dog, Duchess. So, this is the second time you felt the Child of Prophecy get away from you, you know. Nothing to say for yourself.
Like, you can talk.
Mother may be kind and understanding, but even she has her limits.
We completed the mission you gave us, Your Majesty. The forest is cleansed. Barghest stopped fighting simply because she no longer needed to. Tamlin Gawain suffered no defeat. Unlike you, Tristan.
Was that a shot at me, Lancelot? You're so lousy at it, I'm honestly not sure. And lose the freaking mask already. Why should I listen to you but back-talking me if you don't even have the guts to show your face?
I was only stating a
Fact. Oh, she's like, bitch, you want to go, huh? All right, Melu, yeah, you put her in her place. Whoa, Lady Lancelot just showed her face. She usually only does that during ceremonies. What an incredible stroke of luck. That long silvery hair, those golden eyes that shine like crystals. She truly is a one-of-a-kind dragon fairy.
Don't worry about me, Lancelot. This has nothing to do with you. I wasn't trying to help you.
I just took it off because it was in the way.
So what, you're on Team Loser too, Lancelot? I can't believe you didn't even try to defend yourself. Did something happen to Lancelot? She's usually so unflappable.
Your Majesty, I cannot deny that I was defeated. I have betrayed your trust in me and besmirched the name of all Tamlin. I'll accept whatever punishment you judge to be fitting. Indeed,
It is unthinkable that a Tamlin should be defeated by the Child of Prophecy.
You are therefore commanded to remain in your own lands and reflect on your failure. You have worked tirelessly to keep peace and order in Fairy Britain these past 2 centuries. Now is the time for you to rest.
So the Black Dog Duchess is no longer, is being relegated to Manchester. She's no longer going to be on the front line. Now's our chance to find the most promising upcoming knight in our ranks and have them bestowed with the Tamlin's gifted name in her place.
These fools.
Idiots. There's not another fairy in Britain who could possibly take Barghest's place. Still, are you sure it's a good idea to give her leave, Morgan, or Mother? Shouldn't she be out backing up Woodrose? May I please say something, Your Majesty? I believe Barghest should atone for her sins on the battlefield. We've received reports that the rebel forces in Londinium are continuing to grow in number. The Fang clan alone may not be enough to stop them. We should send Barghest out there and have her defeat the Child of Prophecy once and for all.
You are, I assume, joking, yes? You truly believe mere humans capable of beating Woodwoes?
Yes, actually. And I think you not listening to your people is gonna end up biting you in the ass.
But Lord Woodwoes is over 1,000 years old.
Surely he can't still be in any shape to...
Absurd. Ignorance truly would seem to be bliss.
Huh?
I have already sent reinforcements to Oxford. They should rendezvous with Woodwoes' forces tomorrow. Together they'll be more than enough to raise Londinium. Barghest will not be needed there.
I see. Now I understand, Your Majesty. An excellent decision as always. Haha.
Barghest, where is Knight Portune? He still has yet to report to me. Did he somehow perish in battle? Portune hasn't returned? What could have happened to him after I last saw him? Knight Portune and I went our separate ways once the forest was cleansed. He did not tell me where he was going. I see. If you don't know where he is either, then he must have fallen to the foreign mage or encountered a group of Moors. Regardless, the cessation of his reports must mean he has died. Fairies have declined so deplorably, even those who survived the war against the Moors. Very well. Leave me now, officers. I can stomach your incompetence no longer.
Yes, High Queen. I'm so sorry we couldn't be more useful.
Your Majesty, wait. May I speak?
So you're willing to risk your life to do so? You're still earnest to a fault, I see.
Very well.
I know what you have to say will be nonsense, but say it anyway. Why do you gotta be such a bitch? What the fuck?
Thank you, High Queen. What I wish to say is, I cannot believe that the foreign mage truly means to destroy Britain. She worked with the Child of Prophecy to repel the calamity of Norwich. She accepted your invitation to Camelot, and she even went out of her way to try to protect the Welsh woods. Human or not, she's far more trustworthy than Knocknaria, who only seeks to disturb Britain's peace. Barghest.
The great calamity will be upon us soon. Surely we can use all the help we can get. Look, I appreciate what you're doing here, Bargy, but this probably ain't the best time for it.
If the foreign mage is not actually our enemy, her knowledge could be a powerful asset.
Please, let me try to negotiate with proper human history.
The Child of Prophecy may be a traitor, but the foreign mage could be an ally to the No.
I'll hear no more of your nonsense, Barghest.
Under no circumstances will I cooperate with proper human history, regardless of the perils we may face. As you fear, every fairy alive now will likely die in the Great Calamity. But so long as Britain remains intact and me with it, nothing else matters.
I wonder if Barghest will come to our side. After hearing this, like, directly, not just something she's inferred, but, like, straight from the horse's mouth. Never know. Our High Queen's resolve is incredible. Did she really say we were all going to die? But Camelot will still be safe, right? I don't think so, buddy. I think you're gonna be dead. Of course it will. Why would she want to rule Britain with no subjects? Yep, sure. Sure. The High Queen is still a fairy at heart. Without us, there'd be no point in protecting the land. Sure.
You heard Mother Barghest. Get it through that boulder atop your shoulders, would you? If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Mother couldn't care less about fairies. The looks in those officers' faces was priceless. I can only imagine how much fun it'll be to see them panic once the show really begins.
Is Is she serious? Then,
The High Queen truly has no intention of saving her subjects' lives? You finally understand. Maybe her joining us isn't so far-fetched as we thought.
Gotcha. So that's the scoop with the High Queen's reinforcements. And I have nothing more to say. I'll just keep an eye on things and play it by ear. My next entree is Ritsuka. I don't care about the battle between Woodwoes and the Round Table Art. Whoa, you're kidding me. Pepperoncinos and Londinium too? Damn, that was close. I'd have blundered right into a minefield if you hadn't warned me. Thanks for telling me this. I owe you one.
Who is it?
Don't worry, I'll keep my distance from Londinium. There'll be plenty of other chances in the future.
Probably Spriggan, right? I can't imagine who else you'd be talking to.
Honey, I'm home. Ah, that was so good. You should have seen Barghest shaking in her boots. And you'll never guess what awesomely horrible thing, Mother. Hey, was someone just here?
Well, hello, Lady Spinel. I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
Weird.
Man, that infinity mirror of Morgan's is something else. Hell, it's practically magic. Proper human history sure never had such a quick and easy method of transportation. And even if there was one, only a witch who's way behind the times would be able to use it. That alone makes it worthy of respect. And these fairies still have no idea what makes Morgan really scary. Deep down, they still dismiss her as an insolent upstart of a fairy who can't even make sacraments without using magecraft. If you ask me, it's the other way around. She's a scary, powerful fairy who supplements her already insane fairy powers with even crazier magecraft. She's got a teleportation spell that's practically a dimensional connector made by linking a base mirror with a bunch of sub-mirrors. She's got 12 lances that shine to the end of the world all around Camelot's main gate. She's got a huge tower-bounded field covering all of Britain. She's got the garden where she sealed Merlin. And on top of all that, she can even perform race shifts without coffins. Not even Caldia could ever pull that off.
Interesting.
I never would have guessed she's been whisking calamities off to ancient times to contain their damage in the past.
Oh, that's what the water mirror is the race shift. Okay, I see. Never mind. Less interesting. We've already seen it.
Seriously, she's got this completely covered. Having Tamlin around on top of all that's just overkill.
Right. I knew you'd understand, Beryl. Seriously, why does she keep 3 Tamlin around when she could easily make do with just me? I keep telling her I should be the only special one. I'm her one and only daughter, after all. But she hardly even talks to me.
No, don't worry about it. Morgan's just bashful, that's all.
I don't know about that.
You've turned out to be exactly the sort of delicate princess she'd hoped to raise. You can tell she cares about you, right? Why do you think she lets you hang on to one of the Infinity Mirror's sub-mirrors? It's so she can always call you back to her at a moment's notice no matter where you are or what might be happening. If that isn't doting on you, I don't know what is.
It's way more love than any parent shows their kid in proper human history. Beryl, are you okay, buddy?
But really? Some mother that really does love me? I really am fit to be her daughter?
Sure. Right.
Of course, from where I stand, it's disgustingly obvious how much she cares. She just wants you to be free. Who cares what those dumb fairies say about you?
You should just cut loose and do whatever you feel like, princess. He's playing her like a goddamn fiddle.
Of course I will. There's nothing I love more than hearing fairies scream in pain. I only came to see Woodwoes' battlefield to see a mountain of their corpses piled high. I just wish my noble phantasm could target more than one fairy at a time. I do envy that about Barghest. Maybe I should ask your mother to give hers to me. Oh right, Gawain can't use it anymore, huh? I guess I should be more concerned with the Child of Prophecy. It's hard to believe she actually beat Barghest. Is the Master of Chaldea really strong enough to defeat a Tamlin?
Good question. Now she's made it this far, I guess I owe her a fair shake. Whatever her skills are as a mage, she's gotta be one of the best masters out there. Really, when you think about it, she's got an absolute shit ton of experience. You don't beat Kashtaria Wodan by accident. So the fact that she pulled that off has gotta mean she's a better master than me. And to be that good of a master, she must have some serious bonds with her servants. On the battlefield, masters and servants fight like they're with one mind and one body. It was the strength of those bonds that let her defeat Barghest.
One mind and one body. So they never deceive each other, or betray one another. You're a master too, right, Beryl? Do you have a servant of your own?
Who knows? Maybe I still haven't formed a contract yet.
Okay, so when he said he was Morgan's master, he was just trying to, like, fuck with Ritsuka and Da Vinci and whatnot. Okay.
Maybe I still haven't formed a contract yet.
What, seriously? Come on, Red Beryl. I know you like slacking off, but this is ridiculous. Still, this must be fate. It's so totally fate. Hey, Beryl, do you think I could be your servant? Do you think you could find the partner of my dreams, even though I'm just a fairy everyone hates?
Sure. I bet a fairy could become a servant. Maybe I'll even form a contract with you myself. If I feel like it, or if I feel like it, princess. Right now, I want to talk about tomorrow's deathmatch. Now that I've got nothing to do in Londinium, I've got some extra time on my hands. So I could use your help laying the groundwork for what comes next.
I don't like the sound of that. That sounds like they're gonna be up to some fuck shit. And, I don't like that at all, actually. That's actually quite scary. Alright.
突然ですが。おや、何か物
So
言
yeah,
いか
he
な
was just trying to get in our heads when he said he was Morgan's master, that's for sure.
うし
Unless he's hiding stuff from Bavanchi, which could be the case. Damn. Because clearly Beryl's got his own agendas going on. So I wouldn't be terribly surprised if he was hiding things from her. I don't know. It's hard to say, but anyway, it was kind of a short one, but I don't want to jump into this defending Londinium just to stop like 3 nodes in. So I think I'll just stop here for now. And then tomorrow we'll defend Londinium. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's no way Barghest is gonna sit back, cause she's again, she's very earnest. She kept wanting to believe that Morgan had the best interests for Britain in mind. But now that she's heard it literally from the horse's mouth, Barghest has gotta like come to our side, right? Like she must. Unless she's gonna let her like mistaken loyalty get in the way and like I don't know.
Because again, I imagine she's also loyal to a fault too. So even though she's probably feels betrayed by what Morgan said, I don't think she has the will to be disloyal. I don't know. I still feel like it could go either way. I hope she comes to our side and helps us, but I don't know if it'll happen. It almost feels like a far-fetched hope. But hey, you know, I guess we'll see. But yeah, anyhow, that's gonna do it. Again, sorry for being so short. I just don't want to stop in the middle of the defending Londinium section. So yeah, almost halfway through. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how long it actually is. Like, I knew it was cut into 3 parts when it was coming out, but actually feeling how long each individual, like even that one section, it was only 5 nodes, but it was still like an hour and a half, right? Of course, that's, you know, including me like stopping and like talking about stuff and yada yada yada. So, but still, over an hour of just one section is, I mean, I guess to be fair, the last few Lost Belts have had sections where they were over an hour each, to be fair. But yeah, no, they put their whole whole brains into writing LB6. Like, it's hard to say right now, given I haven't finished it yet, but this might finally be the thing that takes the top spot for it, because I still have Babylonia ahead of all the other Lost Belts so far. Like, Babylonia Singularity 7 is still my #1, but I have a feeling by the end of this will end up taking Babylonia's place. Like, just, it's very good. But who knows? But yeah, anyway. Still no CL, sadly. I'm hoping I get her tonight, because tonight I should do enough grinding to get the second 2 summon tickets from here, and I'm hoping I can get her with them.
次の報酬が何かしっかりチェック
But I have a feeling it's not gonna be because again, I have this weird happenstance where it's like it'll take a long time to get one servant, and then the next 5-star I pull for I get really quickly. Like, ergo Merlin, right? So that means I'm on the I'm on the one that will take a while if that pattern persists, which is scary. But I didn't roll. I'm scared of pity. Yeah, I've luckily never had to hit pity yet, but I've also not had the quartz to hit pity. So even on people I failed at getting, I didn't even have a chance to fail for that long. So, you know.
I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Probably a bad thing. But yeah. Speedrunning through my backlog of advanced quests. Yeah, I have 6 advanced quests built up, but they're all so annoying. I have Merlin now, which I know for like 3 of these that I have left, Merlin was actually in people's team as like a support. So maybe a couple of these I'll have a better shot at now that I have Merlin, but... Or... Actually, did they? I think Merlin was in as a support for this one, Shining Crown, that I saw like a few builds of. I don't know, I have to look. It's been a while since I looked at the looked at the guides for these, but yeah, I should try and get through those eventually. But not this day. I hit pity on Space Air after saying I'm skipping Burrows last minute. The Beast Servant's not on GSSR. Yeah. I saw someone on Twitter who hit pity for Space Arash, but on the pity got 3 copies. And they were like, I'm not sure if I should cry or... Oh, it was kind of funny. Like, at that rate, right, like 300-ish Saint Quartz per... Like, that's a pretty decent NP3 amount. You know, 900 and however it was. It's just 900 Saint Quartz, right? So about the average, I'd say. Generally, I say. Yeah. I don't know. But I'm sure they would have ideally preferred to not have to hit pity and just got 1 copy. I'm sure that's what they would have preferred. But anyway, I don't know, just random yaps. But yeah, no, like I said, let's get to it. Again, sorry for being so short, but tomorrow should not be as short, unless all the nodes in defending Londinium are weirdly short, which I doubt. We should that should fill up like probably 2.5 hours. Who knows, if you roll for meta, you want NP2, NP3. Yeah. I mean, you only really need meta if you want to like try to like 3-turn like late game bosses, right? You can technically still beat everything with NP1 servants. It's just high NP levels only for like quick clears, right? Generally, from my understanding. I don't know, I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong, but first I just felt catharsis from hitting pity, because I would have felt way worse if I just stopped partway through without getting anything. Yeah, I could see that. I know I always feel kind of bad whenever I don't get someone and then their banner is gone. I'm like... So, yeah, no, I can see how at least just getting them is... Yeah, I can see that. I would probably feel the same way if I had the Saint Quartz to... You know, to spare. Usually it's NP2 to pretend that the servant has an NP damage interlude. Since it's the same damage boost. Yeah. Speaking of NP2s, I should start trying to get Mordred's bond up, because she's one of my only 2 NP2 5 stars. So I want to start using her more, because she's a pretty solid saber, like AoE saber. So it feels like a waste not using her much. Plus, I was thinking of making her my Grand when the Grand stuff starts next year. I'm still not sure though. It'll probably be her. Like who? Like I have Ibuki, Astolfo, Barghest, Salter. Like there's a few who I would consider putting in there. I feel like Mordred just... I feel like she makes the most sense. Not Medusa. Problem is, I use Medusa Saber even less than I use Mordred, is the problem. Actually, no, I guess looking at their bond counts, I guess I use them like the same amount, pretty much. Actually, you know, looking at it now, I don't know. I don't know. I think in terms of like characters I like, it's I don't know. It's probably gonna, I don't know. The class, yeah, I don't know anything about the class score stuff. Like I know it's a thing once you reach Ordeal Call, but I have no idea what any of that's about. Like how I guess I'll see when I get there, but yeah, I have no idea how that works. Like I assume it needs like mats to like upgrade class score? Or something of the sort. But massive material sync, and also needs like a few months worth of mats from OC quests. Yep, you pay attention to mats to upgrade a talent tree. Let's see if yeah, maybe I'll look into that before I get there, just so I kind of know what I'm doing, I guess. Because yeah, that each grand release comes the convenient farming for its class score. Okay, that's That's good. I'm glad they gave something to make things a bit easier for people. Because otherwise, it just, I mean, it's pain up until the that comes out, but they alleviate the pain somewhat. That's very kind of them.
新生ダヴィンチちゃんの素敵な工房にようこそ。何でもはないが必要。
But anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna quit yapping and yeah, I'll do, well, I say I will, but if I remember later, I'll try and do some research into the class score stuff, so I have an idea of what what bonuses they give and whatnot. So hopefully I'm prepared when I'm at that point. But yeah, anyway, for now, that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the defense of Londinium. Peace.